Last Valentine's Day, while the rest of the world was busy buying roses and making dinner reservations, I attended a funeral. But the person in the casket was still breathing. It wasn't a tragedy, and it wasn't a mistake. It was a psychological experiment. An experiment that saved 20 marriages in a single afternoon. You see, on the Valentine's Day, when everyone is pressured to buy love in a box, we decided to look at what love looks like when the box is closed for good. Most people wait for the end of a life to find the meaning of one. But on this Valentine's Day, we brought the end to the beginning. I looked at 20 couples, 40 people, sitting in a room. They didn't look like they were celebrating. They looked tired. They looked bitter. They had spent years fighting over who forgot to take out the trash,
Who spent too much money. Their love hadn't died, it was just buried under the weight of everyday life.
I asked them to do something that made the air leave the room. I didn't give them chocolates or cards. I handed each of them a blank piece of paper and a pen. I told them, sit in total silence, and I want you to write a eulogy for the person sitting next to you, as if they had died this morning. I gave them one rule. Don't write about their career. Don't mention their bank account or the degree on their wall. Valentine's Day tells you to celebrate the best version of your partner, but death makes you miss the real version. The world remembers the resume, the heart remembers the person. Write about the tiny, quiet things. For 15 minutes, the only sound was the scratching of pens and the heavy, ragged sound of muffled sobbing. You see, when you think you have forever, you focus on the flaws. But when you realize you have nothing, you focus on the miracles. I watched a CEO, a man who manages thousands of people, crumble over a piece of paper. I watched a woman who hadn't looked her husband for a year start to shake as she realized the reality of an empty bed. We treat our partners like furniture, always there, until the room feels suddenly, violently empty. Then they read them out loud. And here is the twist. No one mentioned the grand romantic gestures. No one mentioned the jewelry or the expensive vacations. One man's voice shattered as he spoke about the way his wife hums, just a tiny off-key melody while she makes her tea in the morning. He realized that for 10 years, or he'd told her to be quiet because he was reading the news. Now he realized that. Her noise was the soundtrack of his life, and the silence was his greatest fear. A woman wept because she realized she hadn't thanked her husband in a decade for the way he always makes sure her car has gas. She took his service for granted, but she couldn't imagine the road without him. They had spent 10 years fighting over laundry, but in 10 minutes, they realized the laundry doesn't exist in a world without each other. We live our lives as if we have an infinite supply of tomorrows. We store our kindest words in a box, tucked away for a special occasion. We wait for February 14th to say, I love you, and we wait for a funeral to say why. But the tragedy of life isn't that it ends. It's that we wait until it's over to tell people why we wanted them to stay. Love isn't found in the grand gestures. Love is the white space between the big events. It's the gas in the tank. It's the off-key humming. It's the breathing in the bed next to you. Presence is a gift we fail to unwrap until the giver is gone. This Valentine's Day, don't just buy a card with someone else's words written in it. Don't wait for a casket to speak your heart. Don't wait for a piece of wood and a plot of land to realize what you had. Say it while they can still hear you. Say it while they can still look you in the eyes. Call them. Hug them. Tell them. Because one day is a gamble, but now is a choice. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't waste it.